Outwardly, Ishaq Badran seemed like a quiet, sensible teenager. On a Saturday morning, most schoolboys of his age would be hanging out with friends. But Ishaq, 16 years old, is carrying a knife. He wants to kill someone, and this is his attempt. He ends up lying in a street of occupied East Jerusalem, shot dead by the security forces. You couldn't have guessed his intent when he left home, caught here on security cameras. He had looked carefree. Ishaq Badran may have looked calm, but what was going on inside his head? He came from caring parents and a comfortable home. His friends say he hadn't been indoctrinated or brainwashed in any way. Yet he set out to kill in cold blood. In the event, he didn't kill his victim. This man was taken away with non-life-threatening injuries. His parents couldn't believe what had happened. His mother had noticed a few days before that her son had been affected by what he had seen on TV. Firstly, it was an attack on a woman, which could only be heard but not seen.
He had tears in his eyes. He wouldn't eat or drink well. He was stressed. He'd always stay watching TV. He was wired, and he asked me, "What situation are we in? This shouldn't happen," he used to say. "We should do something to stop the attacks."
Baha Elian was very different to Ishaq. He was one of two men in a shooting and stabbing attack on a bus in which one man was killed and 5 people injured. He was politically active, outspoken, a youth worker, passionate about education for the underprivileged. He had left what he called 10 commandments that included arrangements for his funeral and an instruction that no organization should claim he had died in their cause. His best friend says Palestinian leaders need to be shaken into change.
There's absolutely no Palestinian talking about an alternative to the PLO or the factions. If these factions didn't move to lead this popular uprising, we'll have stayed in the same situation. What's needed from the factions is to correct their situation and correct the situation of the PLO, not look for an alternative.
Many people are convinced that the motivation is given by social media for such attacks. It's the images, not provocation by politicians, that are the major influence. It seems the smartphone camera and the internet are as effective as weapons in what's threatening to become an uprising. Andrew Simmons, Al Jazeera, in occupied East Jerusalem.